Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an episode of FOODCASTER. This is when we talk about food, how it helps you, how it's exciting, how it could be fun, and we have a wonderful guest today, Krishma, Nayee. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
How'd I do?
Very well.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I met you at the Fancy Food Fest, correct?
Yes.
And you have a product. Tell us the name of the product.
The product's name is Super Moringa.
Super Moringa.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for everyone out there that don't know anything about Moringa, what is Moringa?
Moringa is a plant, and the leaves of the plant this are very nutritiously dense. And so that's basically what Moringa is. It's known as the miracle tree in Africa, large parts of Africa.
Now, why should be interested? Why? Why should I care about this plant?
I guess you should care about this plant if you're looking for a healthy diet, if you want some energy and you want some focus. This plant is quite tiny, but actually it has a lot of power. It acts like a natural multivitamin, actually. So it's rich in amino acids, vitamin B, iron, calcium, potassium, magnesium, and that's all packed in these small little leaves. So you can just take that and instead of pumping yourself with all sorts of unnatural things,
Right.
which a lot of people do these days.
Wow. So I'm going to punch up a picture really quick. So look at the hand and look at how tiny these little leaves are to the hand. That's to the fingers and stuff. Very interesting. So I got introduced to Moringa in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a talk of the town. And people are not only buying it, they're growing it as well as buying it. So it wasn't even enough just to grow it in their backyard. Why is this becoming so popular, in your opinion?
I think it was always popular, so it's part of the heritage. The tree itself was grown in India. It's native to India, but also grows densely in tropical sort of climates. My moringa specifically is from Zambia. I believe that the land in the southern region of Africa is quite nutritiously dense. A lot of things that you grow there grow well, and it's pretty much outlined in the values. People have been taking it for generations in African and Asian cultures. It's just probably becoming a lot more known to the rest of the world
Right.
now, but it's part of culture. I've been eating the fruit of the tree, which is also quite nutritious, whilst growing up.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I started taking it, and when I had these, I guess best I can say, the energy. I'm having more energy eating this. Is that normal?
Yeah, that is perfectly normal, actually. It's very rich in vitamin B and potassium, both, and iron, which is supposed to provide you with that natural energy boost. And it's caffeine free, right? So you don't get it down.
Okay.
And a lot of people drink a lot of coffee, and that always has a down associated with it. This is more of a natural boost that allows you to focus whilst remaining energized.
Now this is very interesting. I just pulled this up on the computer. Protein, vitamin B6, vitamin C, iron, vitamin A. You also get B2.
Yeah.
And you get magnesium.
Yeah, and potassium.
That is amazing.
Yeah. It's pretty, I think it's pretty special.
Now let's show the audience your website. Hold on a second. And while I do that, how did you even get into this?
Yeah, so my mom is really huge on naturals. So we grew up on natural remedies for everything you can think of, like for your face, if you have a pimple, or like if you have a flu, she has a natural remedy until it gets so bad that you need to go to the doctor. But you always do start with a natural remedy. And both my parents are diabetic.
Oh,
and
okay.
so someone had told her, hey, Moringa actually is an anti-diabetic. It helps balance your sugar levels. And so they started to take it. They've seen like incremental drops in their sugar level. And one day I was home in Zambia, and I kind of saw the product, and my parents take it like every day. I take it every day, and I was like, wow, I've never seen this anywhere in the market, really. I know of one or two companies, but no one else is doing this. And so I sort of thought, wow, I should totally start this business. It also ties me back home. I used to work in international development before. That was my focus. And so I've always had a big development sort of way of thinking. And I also knew I could set this up with my sister, who's based in Zambia. So she works with the local farmers there, and then I'm here, promoting the product and setting up the business. And it's giving back, supply chain wise. We employ, we work with 90% of local farmers, of which they're mainly women. So the more moringa we grow, the better it is for the economy in Zambia.
Now, even when you go to the website, you really feel this family affair, which I think is so awesome. And you share this story right on your website.
Yeah.
It's a huge picture with you and your sister, and you talk about the inspiration with from your mother getting into these things. Was there any kind of friend, any kind of energy that was like, why are you doing this? Why are you getting into, basically the health market? Yeah.
Right. I guess you always have the people who are gonna be like, no, like there's so much out there.
Wait, did your sister jump in? Like, did she say, "Oh, great, let's do this right away"?
Yeah, actually, my sister was, she was a big push factor. I had an idea, I was developing it, and then she was like, I think you should really just do this. Like, you need to just, drop everything else and do this. So,
Wow.
Yeah, she was in it, all supportive, and she's very pushy, so it's great. And a lot of my friends are very supportive, as well as my family are. I guess the product, it speaks for itself. So it's just a matter of like finding your space.
Right.
And to those who are like, oh, well, there's so much else out there. Well, this is your all-in-one, right? So there is more of a uniqueness to that. I guess, how many types of salsa do you see on a shelf? And I met a guy who actually started his own salsa company 5 years ago and is selling a lot.
Wow.
It's
And here's a nice picture of some of the farmers that are working with you. And I like how you presented it when I first met you.
Yeah.
That they're working with you.
Yes.
And I thought that, what is that about?
That's basically us sort of collaborating with them and ensuring that it's their crops, and then we're just using the crops to market it elsewhere. So we're providing the market for them, right? So it's not actually our land that we're growing the moringa leaves on. Like,
Wow.
leave the farmers and the experts who grow better to themselves.
Nice.
It's not my expertise.
You know what? I wish a lot more people were that humble.
Uh,
Now, you have this thing on your site talking about wheatgrass and just making comparisons.
right.
And it seems that Moringa is knocking everything out the box based on what you put there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's because...
Spirulina? I don't
Yeah.
even use spirulina. What is spirulina?
I think the spirulina is just another green product, which is like derived from seaweed. I might be so wrong about this, but I'm not big into spirulina, so.
Because I think chlorella is the same thing. I think some sort of seaweed or...
Yes. I just think at the end of the day, I've researched a lot on the nutritional aspects of each product.
Right.
And at the end of, and also what really matters is your sourcing with the moringa. Is you need to really be clear about where you're sourcing your product from, that it
Okay.
is of good quality. Because it can be mixed with a lot of stuff. So you'll go on Amazon and you'll see like a range of moringa products, but a lot of people don't actually talk about where they're sourcing their product from, or they'll give like a generic region. So a lot of what I've been trying to do as well is create a sense of transparency around the sourcing of my product, so that people can research it, they can find it if they want, and they know what they're consuming, because God knows what people put in their mouths when they order from Amazon, Not that Amazon's a bad platform. It's just saying,
Disclaimer!
Do your research.
So here's a nice picture of one of the farms that you're getting, and I believe the picture's from your Instagram account.
Yeah.
Please support ZAAMROOT. So please check that out. And I think, and that's really important also for people to support entrepreneurs trying to do the right thing. That makes a really big difference. And that's also why I wanted you to come to FOODCASTER, because there are people trying to do the right thing. And the only way for you to be the monster company that I know your company's going to be is for people to support, like, hey, this is not only supporting community.
Yeah.
Individuals that, hey, I have all this land and I could do something positive with it. And then you becoming a conduit of that energy. I don't know if you view yourself or your company that way, but that's how I see it.
No, absolutely. I think life presents itself in such a way where you do have energies, and a lot of things up to this point have led me that way, and I believe that you do have signs and that lead you to a point which say, oh wow, this works. Like me being here today is already like another hint that, whoa, you're moving in the right direction, keep going. And it is only through goodwill and support that I get that you get that far. No one walks the road alone, because there's only so much one person can do, really.
And my iPhone dying on me today just proves that I need to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. I still turned up, Michael.
I know, isn't that amazing?
I was like, I'm still going.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm showing up. No, that's awesome. So, is there a political or spiritual inspiration that keeps you going, and in the creation of this company?
Yeah, absolutely. I come from a religious family.
Okay.
My mom is really religious.
Okay.
And when things feel dark, you need that extra something to show you the way. And it is from the love of my family and our religious background that sort of guides that way. As I said, I spoke earlier about the signs, and I was thinking about a graphic designer and how I needed to like revamp my packaging, and kid you not, I was like on the L train, and this girl was lost, and she was like, hey, how do I get to Bedford? And I was like, oh, I'm going to Williamsburg, just follow me. She sat next to me, and I don't always carry a packet of my Super Moringa with me, but that day I did. And then I showed it to her, and she was like, oh yeah, I think you could improve here, 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 here. And I was like, oh, what do you do? And she was like, oh, I'm a graphic designer. I was like, boom. It was such an experience, and today we're working together.
Oh, wow. So there you go.
There you go. One more. I don't know. What else am I supposed to say? Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I find that inspiring for myself to just hear the passion that people have. I think that's what I like about the convention scene the most. It's just that you meet such interesting people, and what makes you go from, being an accountant, being a lawyer, digging ditches, being a banker, being a teacher, and then you make this little thing, this toy, or you plant this seed and now you have Super Moringa.
Yeah.
I just think that's amazing. And say all your social media, so we don't go too far into this, and I don't want people to forget.
So you can follow us on Instagram at ZAAMROOT. And on Facebook, it's the same. So just type in ZAAMROOT, ZAAMROOT. And our website is www.ZAAM for mother, ROOT.com.
Now, I must translate for all those.
All right,
that have
yes,
no
sorry.
She meant Z.
Z.
Okay.
Yeah. That is true. But I don't want to forget my roots.
Right. So you guys say Zed.
Zed, yes, Zed.
Zed, not Z.
Not Z.
Okay. All right. So Zed or ZAAMROOT. ZAAMROOT. And again, I'm gonna punch this up on the, just so you can see. This is what the site looks like. So if you go somewhere and it doesn't look like this, guess what? You're on the
Wrong page.
You're on the wrong page. And to get that going. You know what? There's a lot of folklore about Moringa. Moringa. Some of that happens to go all the way back to, let's see, Egyptian times. You would have to travel really, really far to conquer different lands or defend different lands. And they actually would eat the moringa. So it goes way back then, and then the Greeks got it from them, and then the Romans got it from the Greeks. Did you know that?
No, this part I don't know, actually.
What?
No, there's so much out there. Google is everyone's best friend.
Wow. Now, do you recommend eating it raw or with other things?
So the powder that we sell is...
Do you have the package right there?
Yeah, well, no, I actually don't have the package. This is the sample package.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I should have brought it. Ugh. Anyway, so what's in our packaging is just 100% leaves, the moringa leaves that are crushed and then packaged up. There are no herbicides. It's organic and natural, and you can have it with your soups, your smoothies. You can, create a salad dressing out of it. You can add it in your baking. It's really, really versatile. It's something you can just try however you want to eat it, depending on your taste buds. I recommend that it's had daily in the morning with just a warm glass of water and some lemon, and you take it as a shot, and you're set for the day.
Now, how much do you put in it? Like a spoonful?
A teaspoon, yeah.
A teaspoon?
Yeah. You start with 1 teaspoon, and then you work your way between 1 and 2 teaspoons, because it is a bit medicinal in its qualities. So you don't want to overload, get your system sort of adjusted, and then increase the dosage.
Okay. It sounds so powerful when you say dosage.
Oh, yeah. Well, or you're serving.
You're serving. There you go. Now, as we were setting up for today's edition of Foodcaster, you mentioned, I won't mention the product, but, I have a little mixing thing over there.
All right, yeah.
Right. Now, what's fun that I could make that tastes really good that you could say, hey, use this?
Yeah, so my favorite actually is really, really simple. It's just apples, fresh mint, lime, a squish of lime, and moringa. Literally, I also, just so you know, when I launched 6 months ago, we launched 6 months ago in New York, and I did a lot of pop-ups at yoga studios and boutiques, boutique Pilates studios, and literally with a granny cart, dragging my ass and my moringa into all these yoga studios where people could sample the shots. You had some. You came and
it was amazing.
Tried it, yeah. That recipe works really well. It's everyone really loves it, and it gives you that flavor that you can have it.
Now,
every day.
Are you a vegan or a vegetarian or?
I am not. no.
You are not.
No.
You said that really good. I eat whatever
No, I think
I want to eat.
I know it's a bit of like ethical standards. I largely I'm vegetarian largely during the week.
Okay.
But I'm not like, I wouldn't claim myself as a vegetarian.
So Saturday,
Yeah, Saturday bring out the chicken.
whatever was alive.
No, it's just I think yeah, no, you know.
No, I'm messing with you.
I feel that everything in life is about balance.
Okay.
And moderation.
Mm-hmm.
And so we should live in a healthy, moderate lifestyle, you know? And that does not mean going to the extremes of everything. Not that being vegetarian is an extreme.
Right.
Or being vegan is an extreme.
Right. Disclaimer.
My parents, my mom is vegetarian, my sister is vegetarian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a large part of my mom's family is vegetarian. My dad's family is not vegetarian.
Gotcha.
So I think just be healthy and eat healthy.
Mm-hmm. Now, what has your parents' experience been when obviously I'm sure through this experience they've become more health conscious of what they're eating, and then adding the moringa, what has been the difference?
Yeah, my parents are now in their 60s. My mom's in her late 50s, my dad's in his 60s. They exercise every day, and they never used to really, but now they've started exercising every day. And my dad he's really rigid with his moringa intake every morning, as is my mom.
Wow.
But he stopped taking any multivitamins, so he just takes moringa. That's it. For him, that's enough.
And he feels good,
And he feels
energetic,
good,
everything.
energized, and you know, he really, they both really believe in the product. So, yeah, it's changed their lives, and they're the biggest advocates of it. You should probably have my mom here. She'd probably do a better job.
You know what? I'm totally, see, you did it to yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to have this lady back. So whenever your mom or your sister are in town,
Yeah.
I want to do an episode with you guys making some of your most enjoyable drinks. What do you think?
Absolutely. I'd love that.
I think that'll be awesome, and that is great. You know what? Have you ever watched any of the the Netflix specials or those documentaries where they're talking about diet? Have you seen any of those?
No, I will admit I don't watch a lot of TV.
But you know what? That's also another thing. I'm curious to get your opinion on that, because, a lot of them they're talking about obviously very pro-vegan or vegetarian, the different documentaries, or just letting people be aware of what you're eating. But one of them that I saw, they were talking about diabetes and how it really, people tend to be prone to certain things, but it's really not genetic. It's really what we eat.
Yeah.
So have your parents, are they still diabetic now? That they've been eating presumably, how do you say that word?
Presumably.
That one, yeah. They're eating right, they're exercising every day, and they're taking moringa. Like, how's their health now?
Yeah, it's much better than it was before. They have lost weight through all these activities, and actually, I would say it makes them feel a lot healthier. And as you said, diabetes is not. So my parents, their diabetes has not gone away. That would be a lie.
Okay.
They are type.
Don't do that. Don't lie to the people.
Lie.
Okay. That's a lie. Wait a minute.
They are type 2 diabetic, so that means it's genetic for them. So once they crossed a certain sort of threshold in age, they were prone to it.
Wow.
But the difference is my mom was very close to getting onto insulin from just taking the tablets.
Right.
And now she's reduced her tablet intake to just half a tablet.
Wow, okay.
And that is because of all her life-changing activities, including taking moringa, which she believes is one of the biggest causes of this, as in bringing the diabetes low. And yeah, you're right. It's what we put in our bodies. You know, obesity, eating very like high sugar meals. You don't need to be genetically or type 1 diabetic to become diabetic.
Wow. Now, what is the norm in that situation? So if she wasn't exercising, if she wasn't watching what she was eating, and if she wasn't taking Moringa, like how many tablets would she be taking right now?
So I think it increases from 2 tablets to, I'm not sure how many, but once you've like maximized your tablet intake, recommended tablet intake, you then have to go to insulin, and so that's like injecting yourself with insulin, which is not fun.
Right.
And after insulin, if you're still very unhealthy, I guess you'll suffer from kidney failure, which actually did happen to my grandmother. So yeah, kidney failure, and then from there, everything else shuts down. So, I mean, diabetes is pretty serious.
Wow. So again, disclaimer, this is not going to cure, or it might not, but still go to a doctor, figure out, you know, don't stop taking your pills because you just started taking Super Moringa.
No.
Don't do that. Because that's stupid, okay? Don't do that. But if you see changes, that'll be great. That'll be great. All right. Well, again, your website is ZAAMROOT.com. And is same thing for all your social media?
Yeah, same thing for everything.
Okay. And don't jump, but there is a cat behind you.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the executive producer, the cat. Thank you so much for coming. This is very informative. I'm super excited. I'm going to try some of your little recipes, so please write some things down before you leave. And so I don't have to go where I got my Moringa. I can get it from you now.
Yeah. Just hit me up.
Woohoo! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Please say, do you have personal, like if people want to get in contact to you, do you have social media yourself too? Or?
No, I actually don't. But, you know, I'm managing pretty much everything. I'm at that stage. So you can, contact any social media that we've given and I will be answering you.
Okay.
And my email is on the website anyway. So.
Thank you so much, Krishma and Nayee.
Thank you, Michael.
You are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on FOODCASTER. And ladies and gentlemen, please support. And like I said, if you don't want to buy it from this particular source, at least hit her up on the Facebook, all the different social media, because that is important for a company. People need to know that there's energy, And I feel there's light in this company. And it's helping a community. So it's helping the farmers. That, I think, is super important. That, I think, is FOODCASTER worthy. And that's what we're about. We're not just about cheap reviews. We want to make a difference in people's lives. I'm Michael. You're watching FOODCASTER. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Thank you.